Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is RimWorld, and we are back today to continue our Hussar and Highmate playthrough. As you can see, the colony has expanded quite a bit from its earliest days. In fact, right now, we are trying to expand our hospitality structures. So as you can see, I've gotten the resources now, and we've got at least the bridge part constructed. Well, not the whole bridge, but most of it, most of what we need. So this room is going to be our casino slash recreational area. As you can see, we've got several different types of slot machines here. There's actually three different types: the low rollers, the mid rollers, and the high rollers. I've just got multiples of each here. Now, you can also see most of it's forbidden because our scarcity of resources continues here at the colony. But the good news is we've got a caravan heading back. Yeah, you can see they're just not outside the colony. Got about a day's worth of travel, not too far. And the great news is they've got tons of steel on them. They've even got some food. As you can see, we've got low food notifications. So things are starting to crumble here, but we're going to be okay. We're going to pull through as always. And I mean, if worst comes to worst, I can just slaughter a thrumbo or two. I want to try and avoid it because bless the thrumbos, they have been basically our main defense against some of the harder raids that we've encountered, but they also eat like constantly. Now, the good news is I've got them totally unrestricted, so some of them are coming out onto the map and eating trees and whatever else, but other than that, we do kind of struggle to keep them full, so that's just the lowdown on where we're at now. As you can see, we've even been struggling a little bit with water, too, which is unfortunate, but I didn't have enough pumps set up. Well, water wells, I guess, I think is really where my lack of water is coming from here. But what I've decided to do is we've switched our research over to these industrial scale pumps. So I'm really hoping that's going to do the trick here once we get that researched. But I have also decided to just kind of pepper in some of these wells in various locations. So I got one right here now. You can see I wasn't sure if this would help, but I feel like I put a couple more. Oh, well, I might have placed it, but it might also not be constructed yet just because steel is so scarce. But you can see we're working with what we've got here, and that includes the water, things of that nature. And look at this. Our barracks is now just for colonists. At this point, we've got all of our guests sleeping out here on the river. It's not quite completed, obviously. This isn't the final form of our guest house, but another interesting thing too is I haven't had a single visitor sign up for one of these really expensive beds. You can see I'm trying to deck out a few like luxury suites. We got a hot tub here connected to the bed. It's obviously a very beautiful room. Let's see, this one's extremely impressive. Very nice, very nice. But so far it's just, I think 200 is just a little bit rich for some of our guests, but no worries. Maybe if we get a royal visitor or something, they'll pop and spend the extra money. Now look at this. This is extremely dangerous here. Got to make sure that I don't forget to place these walls. In fact, I don't know why that wall wasn't placed already, but no worries. Not a big deal there. I caught it in time, but yeah, this part of the base has to be protected just like everything else. So as you can see, I've got walls surrounding everything here. In fact, I'm going through and adding in some of these corner pieces, which normally I would leave empty, but I'm just trying to do this because raiders can come in and light fires on a diagonal like this, or if there's an item that's actually next to the diagonal, like right here for instance with this little drape, since these are exposed on the diagonal, a raider could literally steal this if they wanted to. It's happened before, trust me. So just trying to address some of those little weaknesses and stuff. But other than that, like I said, we're just eagerly awaiting our caravan's return. All right. Well, we've got ourselves a contract available. That's right. In the last episode, we were checking through these, and I found one here. For 3 shield belts, we can get 15,000 silver, which is obviously a pretty good deal. They do have about a 300% markup. So in case you're unfamiliar with this screen here, this is from the Vanilla Trading Expanded mod, which essentially adds this trading terminal. And like you see, there was a contract there. We can also buy stock and stuff like that. I did dip my toe in the stock market a little bit earlier in the series, but didn't have an incredible amount of luck with that. Ultimately, the stock market is always just a gamble, isn't it? So I'm sticking with more of a known quantity, like the contracts, which have been extremely lucrative for us. Right now, we don't have much silver because of our caravans out there with it. But now, I mean, this is going to be great. So we just have to wait for another caravan to show up and pick up their little things. And once we got the shield belts off the map, we'll get a notification telling us our silver has been deposited in the bank. But we've also got ourselves a nice little labor event coming up here. So Clarissa, you can see very slowly, this might be her first kid. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly, but we'll take a quick peek here at her baby's genes. There it is. Inspect the baby's genes. So she is a hybrid herself. So this is going to be probably leaning more towards a Hussar setup, and it definitely looks like that. There's a few Highmate traits in here, like the purple skin and whatever else, but yeah, mostly we're looking at a Hussar baby here. But they got psychically deaf, very happy. That's a Highmate trait right there, which is kind of cool to have that on there. Hyper aggressive. See, violence disabled, hyper aggressive are both present. So hyper aggressive will be dominant, meaning the child will be able to fight and stuff for us. So been pretty slow on the reproduction recently, but we do have a couple of pregnant ladies, as you can see here, Sass and of course Clarissa we just talked about. But it always seems like there's some kind of baby here at the colony, either being gestated or grown, or in the growth pods and whatnot. So, and speaking of that, as soon as this little baby pops out, it's getting inserted into the growth vat. You better believe it. Oh, thank God. The caravan has finally arrived here at the colony. And man, I got to bump up this research. I'll tell you what, because this water, not having water is really bugging me. So I'm going to switch some of these folks. I got some of these, our best researchers tuned to scan as a priority. So I'm going to switch that back. We're going to focus a little bit more on our research and go pretty heavy on that. But here comes the Thrumbos that had gone with the caravan. They should probably have the most stuff on them. Look at that. Oh yeah, we still got almost 3,000 silver, or almost 4,000 silver there. A few things that I took with me that we just didn't get to trade, like this Glitter World Neutronamine. That's from a mod. I don't even know what we use this for, but it's probably for some sort of high class medicine. But anyway, and this one's got, I'm looking for the silver. Now, there were a whole bunch of animals, too, that we brought with us. These are just going to get straight up all butchered here. So slaughter those, but they are carrying a lot of the gear, which isn't a big deal. I'm just going to have them drop it, I think, right here on the ground, in fact. Right here in the courtyard. This will allow me to... There we go. There's some of the steel we're looking for. Should have a little bit more than that, but... Can't remember exactly how much we were able to carry. It was really just came down to the carry weight. We had tons of silver with us, but as you can see, I also bought up as much food as I could get my hands on and stuff. So now that they're back, I think we're going to be stable for a little while. I mean, once I get this water going, it's going to be a lot better off here. It says I'm missing a water pump. So I think the problem now is not the wells I have, but just that I don't have sufficient amount of pumps, because I guess it's probably possible too, as these pipes become more and more extensive. What the hell is this? Throughout the colony, that it just becomes harder and harder to pump water to some of these farther areas, so I am trying to keep that in mind when I design some of these areas now, but I think that the big industrial pump will help with that. So that's what we're working on right now, just trying to push forward and place down as many statues as we can get here in our guest area, so that our folks will come and feel very impressed with our surroundings and the amenities that they've got. Also, now that we got a little bit of steel, I'd like to say that I can get this stuff up and running, but honestly, the food is the big issue. So I'm going to use that little bit of steel that we brought back and just slap down like 2 or 3 more of these things. Sadly, they are extremely expensive, but it's basically the #1 source for our food right now. I mean, the grow zone up here, this has been very helpful, but it's nowhere near enough, no doubt about that. Well, we picked up some bionics on our little trade mission too, and I was just looking at them. I love these icons. Look at this one. So this is the drugged rib implant, and the icon is a coconut with a parasol and a straw coming out of it. You're gonna have a good time with this implant right here, baby. We've also got the circadian assistant, and I just got this bionic arm over here waving in the breeze because we had a contract established for it, but I think either the caravan got killed. Yeah, I think they did. I think part of the caravan got killed or something while they were trying to pick it up. So I'll probably just end up constructing a second bionic arm and just attaching it to somebody, maybe one of our melee fighters like Wrench or something. But I've got to decide who gets these. Now, the drugged rib, I think it's probably smart to give it to Elsie. I don't actually know because she is one of our non-Hussar Highmates. She's only one of two that exist, not including the hybrids, obviously, but she was adopted by us. She's a waster, and I'm not sure if the drugged rib will actually satisfy her need for psychite, because she's going to have that genetic need for it, but or why doesn't it show that? Anyway, it's not that big a deal, but maybe it's because she's not old enough yet. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. She's still only 11, so I don't think they can use drugs. Well, they can technically, but it's not good to give drugs to the kids because they'll OD on it and stuff. But let's see here. Yeah, so she's going to be the one who gets the drugged rib, even if it doesn't actually satisfy that psychite requirement. Hey, it's still, I think she's a good candidate for it because wasters can be a little touchy too. They have a kind of bad personalities, as I discovered in my last playthrough. But I think the circadian assistant should go to Buddy because he's our production specialist. He's only thing he's got is the exoskeleton suit because he's non-violent. So souping him up with a bunch of bionics seems kind of wasteful, but there are a few key ones, like this will help him sleep less. The exoskeleton actually helps his manipulation and carrying capacity, so I figured that was a good one for him. But there we go. And also, he might definitely benefit from a couple bionic arms as well, so I have to keep an eye on that. Uh-oh. Well, there it is. Randy just can't let us live in peace, can he? We've got a mech assault. They appear to be using unusually clever tactics. Yeah, I doubt that. All right, it's time to retreat into our little compound. Let's take a look at it. Wait, where are they? Oh, okay, they're down here. That's it? That's not it. That's it? Oh my god, we crushed a mech attack recently because there was a psychic default. No, it was a psychic ship chunk, yeah. And it had probably 2 times the amount that this one does. Oh, but they got a termite with them. Okay, yeah, so they're going to be coming straight through our walls. Well, tell you what then, we've got to head them off at the pass. We can't let them go right wherever they want. Who knows where they're going to head to. But let me think about this. We've got Shay available. What kind of hostile visitors present? What? Huh? I'm not sure what that was. Maybe she needs to be... What? I've never seen that error message there. Hostile visitors present? We've got visitors, but they're not hostile. Oh, wait. Yes, they are. Okay, I understand it now. So the pigs are hostile towards the Empire. So if we were to call the Empire in, they would attack the pigs too. So... man, I tell you what, these pigs have been really nothing but trouble. I allied with them, obviously, so we could get an extra trading partner and they wouldn't attack us anymore, but it's kind of come back to bite me a little bit, hasn't it? Nonetheless, we don't necessarily need Shay's trooper squads. It's just they're very helpful, especially for distraction purposes, but I think we've actually got a shield or two, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab everybody. Let's get them staged and ready to go, at least everybody who can fight, right? And we got to take it seriously, so I'm not going to allow any of our pawns to just wander around. We'll move all the kids and the non-violent ones into the hospital. That seems like a good option. And one other thing, oh yeah, the mechs need to be controlled as well. Alright, so once we've got that in order, we're gonna get everybody go juiced up and send them out for the fight. All right, here they come. We're breaching the walls. Well, they're trying to breach our walls, but we're gonna stop them. Now, unfortunately, Morgan, I injected her with some goat juice. I didn't realize it, but she's only 16, so bit of a mistake there because now she's overdosing. I should, after this fight, I think I'm gonna stick Morgan in one of these growth chambers. That way, she will. Well, let's just wait. I don't want her to go in there with injuries and stuff in case she gets hit. So we'll just wait. But yeah, she needs to go in there so she can get to full adulthood. That way we can administer go juice whenever we need and things like that. All right, so this is going to be a little tricky, but we do have a shield here. I've got one, which we're going to break that one, pop that thing out as soon as we can. Yeah, I want to take this out. All right, let's get our shield down here. Gotta find, there it is. Deploy. Strong, stay back. Morgan, get in there. I know you're going slow. Oh, look at Wrench. Going straight in, buddy. He's our melee guy. I'm going to pull you back, Wrench. We don't want the same thing that happened to Arthur to happen to you. So let's pull him back a little bit. Shay. Okay. I'm going to put her over here behind these rocks. So she's not, hopefully not in line of sight. Now let me grab the rest of them. We're going to focus fire on that. Ooh, Wrench, get up here. I see a Scyther coming up to us. Now I've got some shock lances. There, that's what I'm looking for. Insanity lance, baby. So let's drop one of them on the centipede. Oh my god, there's a lot of dudes here, isn't there? And where's the other one? Still outside of our range, so I'm just going to wait. Alright, so here they come. Get them, Wrench, get them. Get right up front here, buddy. I don't want too many of our shooters to be engaged in melee. So let's grab him. There you go. I don't know if this plasma sword's going to be that great against Scythers, but we'll see. We'll see. Old Wrench, he's our man. Okay. It's coming up. Let's see. Oh, good. They're fighting that centipede. Let me grab that other insanity lance there. Can we hit this one now? Yep. Beautiful. All right, good. Yes, look at the Scythers. They're turning around. Oh, Wrench, get back, buddy. Wait, who's throwing EMP grenades right now? Oh, Cinderman. I appreciate your initiative, but that's a stupid move. Stick with the ranged, buddy. All right, how long's our shield got? 3 seconds? Yeah, the Insanity Lances make a huge difference. Tell you what. Can't really take on these centipedes without them. I mean, you can, but it ain't smart, I'll tell you that. So I'm going to try and loop around down here. We'll see. Maybe we can avoid taking too much fire. Oh. ADV and Cinderman, you guys getting right up in there, aren't you? Let's pull them back a little bit. Now, I prefer my people shoot at these guys who aren't insane yet. So, there we go. I'm going to focus on that one. Let's see. I've got one more shock here. I'm just tempted to use it. Let's just wait. We'll just hold off until something really... Ooh, Cinderman just took a little hit. So did Arslan. I think we're going to be okay, though. Oh, good. We got that one down. All right, let's everybody focus on this guy. I hope one of these dudes drops some components. I see this guy dropped a little bit of plasteel, but hey, we've done it. All right, no components, it looks like, unfortunately, but that's okay. Nonetheless, we have once again safely thwarted Randy's plans to destroy my colony. I hope we have. Is that all of them? Pull all the way out. Yeah, I don't see any red dots here. Just the white dots from our colonists. So, hey, that was easy, man. It is only on Blood and Dust difficulty. I didn't, for this playthrough, I did not go for the losing is fun, and that was just strictly because I wanted to get to a point where we could entertain guests on a large scale, so I didn't want to have to lose the series before this thing was constructed. I'm kind of glad I did, too, because I really got a little too ambitious with some of this hospitality stuff. At least just building bridges over the river is a fun idea, but man, it is resource intensive. But nonetheless, Randy has sent us some extra resources today, so thank you, sir. Oh man, dang it. I knew I shouldn't have let Shay work on Elsie here. So Shay just tried to operate and add that drugged rib implant, but she failed. And I think a large part of that is due to her psychic. Oh my god, look, her manipulation is at 45%. Oh, she's got extreme plague. Yeah, that was totally my fault. I should have been paying more attention. I mean, I was sitting here watching it, and I knew this was suboptimal, but I just got too lazy. Hey, that's why, you got to always micromanage these pawns, especially when it comes to health and safety here, because they're kind of stupid. I'm not going to lie, guys. They are kind of dumb. All right, here we go. So our trade caravan has come by and picked up those shield belts. And man, we're taking quite a haircut on this one. It's 18,000. Yeah, 3,000 of that silver is being used as a fee, basically. So we'll confirm that. And the bank gets us twice. So they take some of that out on deposit. Actually, I'm kind of surprised they did that, but I don't remember them doing that. But I also will take a fee when we... And what the hell? Did I just choose the wrong bank or something? I think I did. Oh, yeah, I was at the wrong bank. Whoa, dang. I got a lot of silver in here. We must have fulfilled a couple of contracts and I didn't remember to withdraw. So, okay, we've got 33,000. Are you showing to withdraw? Wait a second. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yep, we want to withdraw. Yep. All right, there we go. So we close, and they should be dropping it. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. So, yeah, there was a bit of a fee for that, but that's okay. We just got 32,000 silver now. Plus, we got another 5,000 already here. Man, oh, man. Let's just check. I just want to see this graph real quick. Oh, look at that huge spike right there. Now, this one I think is when the caravan returned, actually, is that big spike. But give it a little bit more time. We'll probably see a nice little decent spike right there. But damn, now I need some traders to show up, don't I? Ooh, man. Oh, man, I love this color. Look at these things. These are beautiful. What does this say? Rim and reels. Why is it written backwards like that? Oh, I love it though. Look at that, rim and reels. There we go. So, oh, I do need to set pricing. How do I do that? Oh, free to play, low. We'll just leave it at default. I guess that's probably what it's preset to, but very cool. We're getting these things up and running. Now, I'm totally out of marble at the moment, so our tables are going to take a little bit extra time, but because I'm really focused on steel production right now, I can't dedicate any of my miners to just stone production, digging up chunks. Literally, this map has 0 chunks left on it. I could go through, and in fact I will. I'm going to have to go through and dig out all the little hill pieces and stuff, kind of like what I've done over here. Oh, there are some chunks left, yeah. We got some sandstone chunks. I'll set these for the Thrumbo to come pick them up. A few up here too. So obviously these are just now here because I've dug out that hill portion. But yeah, stone has become very, very rare around here. In fact, I think we might set up another little run onto the world map at some point. We've already established 2 settlements nearby and then abandoned them. Just, getting some steel from the location, opening the ancient dangers that happen to be there and stuff. But we might also have to make a run just to get stone chunks at some point, although I realize it's not very efficient because they probably weigh a lot. But hey, if I send like 4 or 5 Thrumbos with just a tiny little group next door, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. And as we're all aware, we can use the deep drills, to produce stone too. But like I said, those are being kind of dedicated to steel production at this point. Now, let's see, put that right there. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good though. I love the color of these things. Rimamula. There it is. So this is the mid-level one here. Very cool. All right, awesome. Check it out. Morgan has grown to full age here. She is now 18. Her birthday is today, so she was just automatically ejected from that growth vat. But I don't have to worry about her overdosing, although she still has the overdose modifier here, but that'll drop off eventually. Now, I am noticing her brain is scarred up kind of bad. So, you know what I'm thinking? Next time we get some prisoners, I'm going to go ahead and remove a couple of brains, because we've got 2 pawns now at least. Her, Morgan, and the little one that's inside here, Leslie Jr. She's got a bad brain too, so I'm going to need to get her resurrection psychosis solved. And one of the ways we can do is use the healer mech serum, healer mech serum, as opposed to the resurrector mech serum, which, by the way, I also need one of those for Arthur here, but haven't come across any yet. So I'm thinking if we just do a full brain transplant, that will probably solve our issue. So got to be careful though. And another thing is little Leslie Jr. I don't know if I can even select her. Yeah, there we go. I put a neural calculator in there very stupidly, thinking maybe that would help mitigate it, but it did nothing in terms of the resurrection psychosis. So I'm going to need to go ahead and take that out of her too, because I'm pretty sure if I do a full brain transplant, this is going to be wasted. So yeah, we'll remove this and probably just reinstall it in somebody else. And I'm noticing too, she's missing an arm. So maybe we'll give her this one lone bionic arm we've got over here just hanging out. Probably that seems to make some sense. All right, well, we got ourselves a little bulk goods trader showed up. I actually called a couple of traders after we got that huge chunk of silver. But man, I am just shocked by how expensive components are nowadays. Look at that. I'm at about 7,000 in debt. Brings me up to 29,000 debt if I just tack on 33 components. I don't know if it's a mod that I have installed or if the base game, these prices were raised, but I just don't remember components being this expensive before this series. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe somebody out there knows if the vanilla game had component values like increased to help balance things. But 685 silver for one component seems a bit outrageous to me. Well, speaking of outrageous prices, I decided to go ahead and halve the cost of our royal beds here. So they were at 200 and I've set them down to 100. That's not bad. Did I just reset that one? Is that what happened? Yeah, no. So these three beds are now at 100. I hope that we can make a little money. I did that partially just because nobody's purchased them yet, but also the last group of visitors that we had, I don't know if they're still here. Yeah, but I was looking. One of them is actually a royal pawn. It's the Hussar that they've got here. And let me find it. I was just looking at him, when he came on the map to see if we wanted to recruit him. And I happened to notice that this gentleman is a royal pawn. He's got a Psylink, which is weird because he's a Hussar. I figured he'd be psychically deaf, but he's not. Oh, well, no, he is, but he's still got psychic abilities. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. There it is. And when I looked at his gear, he only brought 122 silver onto the map. Now, granted, he's not a very high level, royal pawn, but I was like, damn, if a royal pawn only brings like only 100 silver, there's no way we're ever going to rent out those beds. So yeah, I just decided to bump down that price a little bit. But nonetheless, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. We've had a pretty eventful one here, and I hope that we can continue to progress our hospitality. I think what I'm going to do over here is set up a store. I'm going to start making clothing, and we're going to set up some shelves just for our visitors to come and do some shopping. So we're trying to bleed them dry for every last silver they've got, right, guys? Anyway, hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one.